What up? It's your boy, Let him know so. And although it's been a long time, I am back with another video. All I want to say today is that it's up to you. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. These past few months have been somewhat of a trying time for me personally. And I honestly think that that's probably why I haven't posted in months, which is not typical for me. I've just been trying to figure out a lot of things, trying to just get the ball rolling in different areas of my life, if you will. And honestly, it's been trying, like I said, but it's also been a very teaching moment, if you will. I've just been learning a lot about life, honestly. And to reference the title again, it really is up to you. So one thing that I learned in these past few months, and honestly, I think I would say over the course of this entire year of 2024 up until this moment, is that you must be the caliber of man who is worthy of the caliber of woman that you desire. Now, I learned this lesson particularly this year. I mean, obviously, I feel like I've known that in order to have a quality woman, you must be a quality man. But honestly, you can shoot for the stars as far as the type of woman that you want to have in your life. But if your life is not really in order, if your life is not something that you can welcome somebody into and they can actually be well off and protected and satisfied and safe, then you really are in no position to make demands, because you have nothing that you offer. You have nothing that you can give of yourself to have somebody come into. So also that means that you're not in any type of position to make demands or tell somebody else what they need to be or what they need to be doing, where they need to be. You need to make sure that your own house is in order first before you go around trying to tell somebody else how theirs needs to be. And when I say that, I just mean that you need to have your life set up in such a way where honestly people look at you and they either want to be you or they're envious of you in some type of way. Or if it's a woman, she looked at you and she's like, wow, like he really has his stuff together. So I think that he's a catch because, like I just said, he has his stuff together. And when you're a man in such a position, when it comes to women, the world is your oyster because first and foremost, every woman seeks security and resources. And honestly, that might sound like I'm describing a gold digger. And I'm not trying to shame women or anything or like say that every woman is a gold digger or anything like that. That's not the case. But I mean, in all honesty, in reality, women need protection. And they can't get that dealing with a man who has nothing. So, as a man, it's very important to have your stuff together. I'd rather not say the other word. I'm sure you guys know what I'm talking about. But as a man, you really need to have your stuff together if you want to attract the ideal woman. So, another thing I learned somewhat recently is that as a man, your looks really don't matter that much. And pretty privilege is for the ladies. Now, when I say that, I mean, of course, you should pay attention to how you look, how you dress, how you present yourself, take care of your hygiene, you know, get regular haircuts, maintain your hair, maintain your skin, maintain your fitness. But honestly, those are all things that in addition to your physical and mental well-being, those are things that are really only just gonna get a potential partner in the door, but it's not gonna make them stay, at least not long term. Um, Not to toot my own horn, but I do believe that I am a handsome man. I've actually received numerous compliments over the years, and it has helped my ego. It's helped my self-confidence. And in all honesty, when I look in the mirror, I really do like what I see. But based on my experiences over the past, I guess I'll say over the past year, I've just really been coming to realize that, okay, I look good, but like from a woman's perspective, what else? Like, can you provide for me? Can you transport me from point A to point B? Can you protect me? Can you teach me? And just so many different abstract things like that. So, although I may be somebody who people would see as attractive, as handsome, that may bring people to acknowledge me and be attracted to me on a surface level. But honestly, physical attractiveness is just the first level of many because it goes so much deeper than how you look as a man. That's why there is this saying that goes, as a man, money makes you handsome. And basically what that means is that you don't need to be 6'6". You don't need to have rippling muscles and an 8-pack and throbbing pecs and veins all over your body. You don't need to have a an amazing haircut. You don't need to have the perfect hairline. You don't gotta have an epic beard. Honestly, you just need to have your stuff together as a man. You gotta have your finances on point. You gotta have your career on point. You gotta have your body on point to a degree. Honestly, if you're successful enough, you can kind of slouch in other areas, because if your wallet is really where it needs to be, then like you can be forgiven for being subpar in other areas. So again, I just want to reiterate that as a man, yes, it helps to look good, to be handsome, to be in shape, but if you don't have your finances, if you don't have your life together, then that really doesn't matter. You can attract girls for short-term arrangements, and if that's what you want, then more power to you. But personally, I'm at a point where I honestly am beginning to yearn for more. I've had my fun, and I guess I'd be lying if I said I didn't want to have more fun, short-term things, whatever. But honestly, recently I've been feeling like I'm ready for more, like romantically, relationship wise. I am feeling like I'm ready for something a little more serious. But to go back to my first point, really doesn't matter what I want if I'm not in a position to make demands. So the more that you want something serious, the more that you need to be serious about your stuff. Now, another thing that I've noticed, that I've realized, is that as a man in the dating world, your options are equivalent to your offer. What I mean when I say that is you really can't make all these demands of women unless you're able to offer something of equivalent or greater value. So if you want a woman who is, let's say, an 8 out of 10 in terms of attractiveness, and you want her to be fit and feminine and friendly and submissive, then you better be a damn good man to even think in the first place that you're even in a position to be looking for a woman who has all these excellent qualities. So basically, if you're a man who wants a woman that was like a woman that fits the description that I just gave, basically, I feel like as a man, you cannot get away from having to have your finances in order. Finances, body, maturity, masculinity, knowledge, wisdom, experience. Honestly, bro, you just, as a man, you gotta be a package deal. You can't, if there are just a few things you offer, then you're only gonna be able to get women of like such, like of a particular like level. If you look good and you're tall and you're fit, but you don't make that much money and your car is not much to speak of, then you're probably only going to be able to attract average girls. Maybe if you get lucky, you can still attract that dime or that 9, 8 adjustable 7 somehow, some way. And maybe she'll see your potential and she'll mess with you for a little while. But honestly, in a situation like that, bro, you're kind of on borrowed time, because women dating potential is it's a short-term game because she'll only stick around for so long until you actually realize that potential or you don't. So honestly, like the badder the girls you want, the more you really need to be on your stuff. It's like to the guys, I just really can't stress enough. Like you really gotta have your money on point. And honestly, after you worry about that, then like everything else comes after. So yeah, you can really only desire to have girls that are basically equivalent to what you offer. Your options are equivalent to your offer. So another thing that I noticed is that all these dating channels like Red Pill channels, Fresh and Fit, FitX Fearless, the whatever podcast, you name it, any platform that talks about like dating and intersex dynamics, they all say that like dating is dead and like girls want this and guys are like incels and men are going their own way, MGTOW, and women just keep on wanting more and more and more, and hoflation and all these funny terms. The bottom line is that like what I realized is that relationships are they're not dead. You're just broke. Frankly, that's really all it is. If you're a man and you want to be in a relationship, committed, long-term, serious, exclusive, monogamous, you have to have something that you bring to the table. I can't stress enough. I feel like I'm being a dead horse, but as a man, you gotta have your resources together because you gotta have a world for a woman to come into. Like you can't just depend on love and positive emotions and dopamine and all these cute little like phrases like the honeymoon stage and things like that. That only lasts for so long. Eventually those super positive, super high feelings are gonna wear off and reality is gonna set in from the woman's perspective, excuse me. Can this man provide a life for me or not? And if you can't do that, then don't expect girls to be banging down your door looking for a relationship, looking for commitment, because if you can't give them nothing, then why are they checking for you? You have to be in a position of stability in order to have something serious and long term. And honestly, the older you get as a man, the more this is important, because honestly, as time goes on, like, of course, every now and then you're gonna find a woman who is not looking for something serious, but in all honesty, like, the older a woman gets, the more highly she prioritizes stability in all of its forms. Financial, emotional, relationship-wise, like exclusivity, seriousness, and a lot of these women are not looking for no lifelong boyfriends. Like you want to eventually make that move to get married and have your own family and build your own legacy, but none of that's ever going to be possible if you don't get your money right, if you don't get your credentials right, if you don't find yourself, or put yourself, I should say, in a proper position to have those things. So, once again, love is not dead, relationships are not dead, you're just broke. So, get your stuff together, and the world is your oyster. Lastly, I want to say that another thing I've noticed is all these thoughts I've been having about just life in general, in terms of improvement. Um, you it can be scary to think about you know what's your plan for life. What do you want to be? What do you want to do? Where are you gonna be in 5 years? Um, it's tough. It can be intimidating, and I know that firsthand. Um, because I aspire to more, just like I'm sure many of you watching this do. Many men want to incrementally increase their social standing, their financial standing. You want to, improve in life. You want to shoot for the stars. Um, and honestly, that's a good plan to have, but you have to realize that you got to figure out how you're gonna go about it. And like I said, it can be intimidating to think of all these things. Um, so what I kind of realized is that although it may be scary, you shouldn't panic. Honestly, just play. I'm sorry. Just pray, plan, and work. If you do those three things, honestly, it shouldn't be too long before you start to actually reach some sort of success. You got to figure out what you want. You got to plan it out. You got to take steps every day to get yourself closer to your goals, um, and ultimately to your destiny. Um, you got to pray. You have to nurture your spirit and your connection with the Almighty, because I do believe that there's a higher power. I do not believe that humanity is the ultimate form of life, if you will. I definitely believe in God. I believe in the Most High. And if you have a positive and strong connection with the Creator, then there is no doubt in my mind that He will reveal your destiny to you day by day and the steps that you need to take in order to get closer to it constantly until you eventually and finally realize your destiny and you finally become aware of what it is that you're meant to do on this planet, why you're here, and what you're supposed to do, how you can further the plan of God, honestly, and what your role in that is, and again, just what you're meant to do on this planet while you're here. So prayer is very important. There's nothing like a strong connection with God, and I really do mean that. I'm personally trying to work on my connection with God, and I'm taking it one step at a time, one day at a time. Basically, that's all I'm saying. Just pray, plan, and work. You do that long enough, it's only a matter of time until you reach success, till you figure out exactly what it is that God wants you to do on this planet. And when you realize your destiny, I honestly feel like there is no greater joy than knowing what God put you on earth to do. So, just to wrap this up neatly with a little bow, it's up to you, bro. What are you gonna do? Are you gonna be a victim of your circumstances, or are you gonna have them push you to greatness? What are you gonna do? It's up to you, bro. It's your boy. Let them know so. Like, comment, subscribe, share. I'm out.